Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, and John Vias, Peter Brown with the weather, and Gretchen Carey with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. A two-car collision that resulted in a rollover at Cambridge Street and Terry Ave sent 3 local residents to Leahy Hospital on Saturday, August 7th. According to Burlington Police Department Sergeant Thomas Carlson, the call came into dispatch reporting the incident at approximately 1 p.m. Saturday from a witness to the crash. The collision was between 2 SUVs, one of which was turned over on its side. Members of the Burlington Police, Fire, and Emergency Departments responded with the fire department extricating one victim from one of the vehicles using hand tools. According to the fire department, the driver and passenger of the second vehicle were able to get out of the SUVs on their own. Carlson said the reported injuries were non-life-threatening. 3 adults involved in the crash have yet to be identified by authorities. Carlson added the scene was cleared by emergency responders at approximately 1:45 p.m. He added the incident is still under investigation, but believes there will be no criminal charges filed against either driver. Burlington is seeing an upward trend in new COVID-19 cases. On Thursday, the Mass Department of Public Health released its weekly COVID report, and a look at this week's compared to 3 previous reports shows Burlington's 14-day average daily incident rate has climbed in each subsequent week. In the August 12 report, the rate of new incidents per 100,000 was at 9. This is up over the August 5th report, where the rate was at 8.5. In the July 29 report, the number was at 5.6, and 4 weeks ago on July 22nd, that report, it was way down at 3.9. The 14-day average daily incident rate for all of Massachusetts in the August 12 report was 12.2, and Middlesex County stood at 10.2. These numbers come as incidents across the country are on the rise, fueled largely by the Delta variant. Fortunately, more Burlington residents have been getting vaccinations, with more younger people getting their jabs. Burlington had a total of 66% of residents vaccinated on August 12 and 65% on August 5. The rise of cases in the state have caused health and political officials to alter recommendations from earlier in the summer that said vaccinated individuals no longer need to wear masks. These precautions include wearing masks in some circumstances while indoors. Some mass communities have also gone back to mask mandates. Communities that are either mandating or recommending masks while indoors include Belmont, Nantucket, Northampton, Provincetown, and Salem, with others considering following suit. Burlington Health Director Susan Luminello told BNews in a phone interview that the Board of Health will discuss further guidance to the community during their upcoming meeting on August 24, but they didn't have anything official at this time. Burlington Superintendent of Schools Eric Conti mandated masks be worn in all school buildings by all individuals, regardless of vaccination status, starting on August 9th. Though members of the Select Board said they are in favor of transferring a liquor license to a new restaurant coming to the Burlington Mall, they had concerns about which license it should be. The issue is around Brazilian steakhouse Fogo de Chão's application to have the liquor license formerly used by Basido transferred to their incoming location in the former Sears section of the mall corridor. Attorney Eugene Richard, representing the restaurant, said the transfer makes sense because while it is not the exact same location, it is a transfer within the same property. Members of the board, however, argued that one of the mall-specific licenses granted to Simon Properties in 2018 should be used for the incoming restaurant. They said Basido acquired the townwide liquor license prior to the vote by town meeting 3 years ago to approve a petition for a home rule petition that ultimately gave the mall 9 additional liquor licenses, and it is appropriate for that license to be returned to the town for other projects. Here is the board member, Bob Hogan.
I look forward to you folks being here. I'm glad you moved to Burlington, so we hope you're here a long time. But there is an issue for me with the license. That is the last license that's available for townwide use. And the mall has other licenses available to them. At some point, I hope to vote to approve this. But tonight, I'm going to make a motion that we postpone or continue this another month and continue the conversation. I'm just not ready to give up that last license that we might need for other places around town when the mall has in its possession several licenses that are still available. So this has nothing to do with you in the negative, it's all positive. There's a yes vote coming sometime down the road, I am sure of it, just not tonight and just not with the Pasito license.
Attorney Mark Vaughn, representing Simon Properties, said Simon Properties has plans for all the liquor licenses available to them, and at the time of the petition for extra licenses had no plans to give up any existing ones assigned to the property. Of course, the board determines that, not whether or not Simon wants to give up anything. He said the mall has recently used its licenses for Shake Shack, Palm, Common Craft, and Gayu Kaku with plans for more restaurants in the future. Here he is.
It's been a little bit of a struggle, shall we say, in terms of just how the COVID and the pandemic has impacted the retail landscape and hitting the pause button. But in my discussions with Simon, they intend to utilize all of those licenses as part of the mall redevelopment. But I just, again, I didn't want to get into a debate on it, but I just wanted to make it clear that those licenses which were approved by town meeting, I don't think from Simon's perspective, the intent was to ever take a step back in terms of, losing licenses that were there at the Burlington Mall.
In the end, the board voted to continue the hearing until their next meeting with the caveat that if Fogo de Chao can get approval for a mall-specific license from the state before that meeting, they will hold a special meeting to hold that hearing and hopefully give the approval before the restaurant's planned opening date. This conflict, of course, was caused by a vote by town meeting to go an end around the Board of Selectmen, who has ultimate licensing authority with liquor licenses. The Burlington Fire Department added a highly qualified member to its team of dispatchers. On Monday, at the recommendation of Assistant Chief Andrew Connerty, Town Administrator Paul Sagarino appointed Adam Morgan to the role of Fire Department dispatcher. Morgan is a Burlington resident and a member of the class of 2015, that graduating class of Burlington High. After high school, he joined the United States Army, where he served for 3 years and 9 months as an active duty healthcare specialist combat medic. He retired from the Army with the rank of sergeant. Here is Assistant Chief Connerty on the subject.
As a non-commissioned officer, he was responsible for overseeing all medical readiness of an entire battalion of approximately 600 soldiers. He's a lead instructor of tactical combat casualty care, and he's an evacuation team NCO. He's a certified EMT, he's a certified tactical combat casualty care, certified brigade combat team trauma, and he's a level 1 certified Army combat fitness grader. He was awarded the Soldier of Battalion Award, the 1st Brigade Combat Team Soldier of the Year Award, the Army Commendation Medal, and 7 Army Achievement Medals. We're very pleased to put forward the name of Adam Morgan for civilian dispatcher.
Members of the Select Board warmly welcomed Morgan and hinted that he would be a great candidate to become a full firefighter paramedic. He is not yet certified paramedic, but is in the process of becoming one. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford spoke to Memorial Elementary School's new interim principal, Tara Harris, about her background, philosophies on teaching, the upcoming school year, and her welcome to Burlington schools. He files this report.
There's a new person at the helm at Memorial Elementary School. Meet Tara Harris, the school's interim principal for the 2021-22 school year. She brings a lot of experience from working in special education in New York to the district.
In my former life, I worked for the New York City Department of Children's Services as a child protective specialist investigating child abuse. From there, I went on to the Department of Education in New York City, where I was there for 15 years. As a special education teacher, I taught children with emotional disturbances, learning disabilities, autism. I was an assistant principal for a couple of years at a school for children with autism. I, for a short time, was a borough manager for autism programs in the city, and I was a director of special education for schools in South Brooklyn.
Harris said she was inspired to come to Burlington after speaking with district leadership.
So connecting with Dr. Conti back in January, having never met him in person before, he was so dedicated to helping me pursue any goal that I set forward, whether it was coming to Burlington or going to another district. But one of his last words to me in our conversation was, "We need you here in Massachusetts."
She said part of her philosophy on teaching is that educators must get to know each student as an individual and meet them on their own terms.
So I definitely believe that every child is deserving of a stellar education. I think that relationship building with students is extremely important. Before you can even get to teach them anything related to math or science or social studies, you have to build a relationship with them first. Once you build that relationship with them, then you can pretty much get them to do anything inside the classroom that you need them to do. I believe as an educator, every child comes with a story, and it's your responsibility as the educator in front of them to know what their story is, and that should ultimately determine how you interact and respond with that child in a more positive way.
Harris acknowledged the challenges of the upcoming school year while we are still in the midst of a pandemic.
I think moving into this school year, the most important thing we can do is to have grace. Have some grace with ourselves, extend grace to our students and our families. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. People are still anxious. So I think probably one of the biggest challenges is going to be making sure that our students, our staff, and our families are comfortable being back into the building. We'll have children coming back from remote learning, having staff coming back from remote learning. I think a lot of people are anxious. So I think really tapping in and making sure that the social and emotional needs of our students and families and staff are paramount.
Harris said that she always tries to make herself available and that parents should feel free to reach out to her at any time.
I am absolutely always available by email or telephone here at the school. If you have any concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I will respond to them as best as I can. We are taking every precaution necessary to keep all of our students and staff safe in the building. So if there's anything, any concerns, questions, please feel free to reach out via phone call or email.
Finally, she said the welcome to the district has been very positive and warm.
It has been absolutely amazing. I almost can't put it into words. Everyone has been extremely supportive and welcoming. There really is a big sense of community and family and collaboration, which is a beautiful thing, even amongst fellow colleagues. A lot of the teachers and staff have stopped in just to say hello. I've gotten a lot of emails, a lot of warm welcomes. It's really been a huge outpour of support so far.
From Memorial Elementary School, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
Burlington is one step closer to joining the Mass Water Resource Authority and closing down the Vibrook treatment plant. In May of 2018, town meeting voted to allow the town to pay $4.6 million fee to join the MWRA and an additional $700,000 to install a water line on Adams Street to connect the Burlington and Lexington water systems. On Monday, DPW Director John Sanchez informed the Select Board that the intermunicipal agreement with Lexington had been finalized and the town was ready to start work on the next phase of the project. He said they expect to make the temporary connection through Lexington by the end of 2022. When asked, Sanchez said this process will not to be repeated in Phase 2 when the town makes a larger permanent connection in Arlington because the MWRA is constructing that portion of the pipeline. He said the construction of that water main should also be completed by the end of the year, though more work will need to be done before it can be put to use. A group of elementary school kids are expressing their love of animals through their self-owned pet sitting service in Burlington, Cuddle Pets Pet Care. BNews reporter John Vias has this report.
If you live in Burlington and you're looking for a pet sitter, look no further than Cuddle Pets Pet Care, a family-owned business founded by 8-year-old Hannah Cadillac. Hannah will be going into 3rd grade at Fox Hill Elementary this coming fall, and she's saving up money to adopt not only a furry companion of her own, but a best friend for the family dog, Sydney.
I wanted a dog because I like dogs. We have this dog, but I feel like she would like another companion. I wanted to get money for that fund so I could try to establish a new dog, and I really like pets and animals and babies, so that just came to mind.
Great. Well, Hannah has really good ideas. She always has something new that she wants to try. And so when she came up with a pet care business, there was really no stopping her. She created a flyer and a website and all of her own branding and colors and logos. She just kind of took it and ran with it.
And Hannah's not the only animal lover in the Cadillac home. Her family owns 6 chickens as well. For Cuddle Pets Pet Care, her sister Maya and their friends all make a team effort to ensure their furry clients are happy and healthy.
I need to give Julia, Maya, and Anya, my teammates, credit because they have been doing a great job. Maya has been doing most of this job this week.
Basically, what I like most is, well, just hanging out with the pets in general, being with them, being able to share the experiences and learning.
The good sides of having a pet sitting business is I really love animals and I really like working with them and being a business owner, I guess.
And their business doesn't limit themselves to dogs. They love all animals.
Yes, we do almost any pet you have, except tarantulas. No tarantulas.
Yeah, we don't
No,
do
thank you.
insects. That is, I'm sorry.
Hannah will network in other ways around town as well. In May of 2021, Wicked Local took notice when she and her friends set up a Snack Shack fundraiser to help the COVID-19 relief effort in India. She also handed out flyers at the American Legion, spreading the word about her Cuddle Pets Pet Care service.
So she goes to local events and hands out flyers and advertises her businesses to people that we know and people that we don't know. And she's ended up getting quite a few jobs because of it. She even put on an event at the dog park to get new customers, and we ended up getting jobs because of that too. So she's just kind of a very entrepreneurial girl, and I know she's always going to have some good idea to try.
Hannah's also working on a way to keep her doggy daycare alive when she's back in school full-time.
It would start at 2:30. We would be open for hours 2:30 to 4 o'clock. On weekends, we would probably do something 12-ish to probably 4 o'clock.
From the backyard of the Cadillac family home in Burlington, this is John Vias for BNEWS Weekly.
Burlington Parks and Recreation Department's biggest event of the summer returned for 2021. BNews reporter Robert Paris was one of our co-hosts for Celebrate Burlington this year, and he has this report.
The Burlington Town Common was filled with plenty of entertainment for everyone as the annual Celebrate Burlington event returned for 2021. Gabriella Papili and myself chat with businesses throughout the day.
I think it's great. We got great weather. We asked for that. Kelly called in Mother Nature, Kelly Lehman, and provided us with a spectacular day. And we have a great turnout. We're really excited.
After a one-year hiatus, people were glad to be back out at Celebrate Burlington.
I was there at the birth of this festival, and it's nice to see it back again.
So what do you think about Celebrate Burlington being back?
So happy that, you couldn't have asked for a better day.
I know.
The sun is shining, there's a lot of shade, a lot of people are out.
Yep.
I'm just so glad that everybody's back together again.
Well, it's wonderful, and of course, yes, it's hot, but at least it wasn't raining. There's so much fun stuff going on. You've got this tremendous variety from the karate and the judo demonstrations to the little kids riding the trains and the ponies, and it's just great.
There were a wide variety of vendors, including some new. Nothing Bundt Cakes,
We're super excited. It's actually our first event out ever since we've been open with the pandemic and then just kind of opening before that. But I think we're all super stoked and excited.
Brendan and his staff couldn't have been prouder of the turnout.
You're celebrating what's great about Burlington. You know, these businesses, the nonprofits, and then just the residents themselves. It's really a great community. I'm thankful that I'm able to work for the town of Burlington. And, we have a great staff. Our maintenance staff is great. Our program staff is great. And they're out here, preparing for this months in advance, usually even longer in advance than this past year.
From the Town Common, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
There will be a new committee to reconcile the town population with the current town meeting districts. Town Clerk Amy Warfield said in the response to the United States Census conducted every 10 years, the town should, as it has in the past, create a committee to evaluate population changes in town. The proposed committee will be comprised of 7 members, including 2 members of the Board of Selectmen, 3 town meeting members, the town meeting moderator, Bill Byer, and the town clerk, Amy, of course. Warfield said that though this is a normal process, the committee will have to get working right away due to delays from the pandemic. Swimming safety is part of summer, and the people at Lifetime have some precautions for the next time you're chilling at the pool. Let's take a look.
Summertime means splashing around in the pool, and our community partners at Lifetime have expert tips on pool safety.
The number one way to prevent drowning in children and adults is to get them in the water and swimming as soon as possible. So those life-saving skills learned at the early age, as quickly as possible, how to float on their back specifically, how to recover themselves if they ever fall in the pool, will definitely help them from becoming another drowning statistic one day. Getting them in those swim lessons, getting them acclimated with the water as early as you can with them, even 6 months, a year old, the more they're comfortable in the water, the more they know how to have those life-saving skills. So getting them that swimming knowledge, those swimming skills, which are life-saving skills, as early in life as possible, will definitely give the best outcome. Staying safe in the water, there's a few key things. Always make sure you have another person there. If it's children, making sure that they're supervised by either an adult or a lifeguard, never swimming on your own. Adults sometimes think that they can swim on their own, but they could potentially become injured and need assistance as well. So definitely staying with a partner or with somebody else watching you in the pool is one of the biggest helps. Also making sure that you're staying hydrated, taking breaks every couple hours to make sure that your body has what it needs to keep you actively safe in the pool. The 30 minutes kind of stigma around waiting between eating your meals and then going in, it's to prevent those muscle cramps, those leg cramps, which then could become a swimming emergency and then eventually may lead to a save. So waiting 30 minutes after you do eat or drink is very highly advised before returning to swimming.
Lifetime is a great place for the whole family to chill out.
It's definitely one of those safe, fun, clean family environments. We really try to make sure that we're catering to everybody, ensuring that kind of resort-style feel here at Lifetime, so you can come, relax, not have to worry about anything. Definitely, we offer plenty of amenities, plenty of things for your kids to do, so you guys can relax out at the pool while the kids are either in swim lessons or swim clinics or even our competitive swim team. There's plenty of options for children from 6 months all the way up to adults, allowing all kinds of programming for everyone.
From the pool at Lifetime, this is BNews.
We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown for the latest forecast. We'll also check out the community calendar with Gretchen Carey to see what's happening in town and have a look at this week's social media minute with Gabrielle Papili.
Well, hello everyone. This is Peter Brown. Look at your weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading into the middle to latter portions of August. I know it's hard to believe that meteorological summer is coming to a very fast end. Now, we're going to be seeing some pretty hot temperatures out there starting out up here on Friday. Looking at our almanac here, our temperatures should be in the low 80s at this time of the year, and we're going to see highs on Friday in the upper 90s to near 100. We are going to be challenging our all-time record high for the date. Wouldn't be surprised to surpass that or at least get pretty close to it. The dew points are going to be extremely high. It is going to feel like a real sweltering summer day out there on Friday if you're out and about in the Burlington area. And not much relief at night if you have to be out and around at night. Temperatures are only going to be going down into the upper 70s, so pretty warm out there. Now, as we get towards the end of the period, getting in towards next Thursday, we should be seeing highs at this time of the year again in the low 80s, and that's pretty much where we're going to be. We might be a little bit cooler than that, down into the mid and upper 70s, with the chance of maybe some showers. And of course, as you notice, the days are definitely getting shorter, and it's noticeably shorter now at this point as we head towards the end of summer. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us here in the Burlington area for the next 7 to 10 days in terms of temperatures and precipitation. Looking at our temperature map again, this is something we haven't really seen too much of since June. We're expecting at or well above average temperatures here in the Burlington area and most of New England, and that's definitely going to be portrayed when we see Friday and Saturday's highs, when we have temperatures up in the 90s. As we go ahead and take a look at our precipitation chances, again, this is something nice. We continue to dry out from that incredibly wet July that we had, looking like we're going to have a pretty good chance of seeing below average precipitation here in the Burlington area. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at that next 7 days of weather coming up for you. And again, starting out on Friday, we're going to be seeing those incredibly high temperatures, well up in the upper 90s with very high humidity. Temperatures feeling closer to 110, so really hot out there. Take it easy if you have to be out and about in the Burlington area. And again, temperatures Friday night going into Saturday morning only dipping down into the upper 70s, so it'll probably be in the 90s well into the evening hours on Friday, with temperatures then slowly dropping through the 80s as we head towards midnight. Now on Saturday, we're going to see a cold front approaching our area from the northwest, but temperatures look like they're going to get back up to around 90 before that cold front comes through. So again, a pretty hot day out there, but then our temperatures and humidity drop substantially, which is really nice Saturday night going into Sunday. And we have a pretty nice weather coming up for us on Sunday. Temperatures again down where they should be at average at this time of the year in the low 80s with a little bit of an onshore wind, so definitely will feel much more pleasant out there as we start our work week into the middle portion of the week. Temperatures again are going to be about average again for this time of the year in the low to mid 80s with pleasant sunny skies out there. And as we get towards the end of the period, getting in towards Wednesday and Thursday, we may see a little bit more in terms of unsettled weather and temperatures cooling off down into the mid and upper 70s. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Hey friends, I'm Gabrielle, also known as Miss Burlington MA. I'm here to share with you my posts and pictures from my own social media account and showcase the amazing businesses and things to do in and around Burlington. For the past 4 years now, I've been a client at Posh Lash on Cambridge Street in Burlington and could not have more love for this business. Their services go beyond high-quality lash extensions, including waxing, facials, and makeup application. The team at Posh Lash are all so friendly and inviting, and each technician is extremely skilled and will ensure you feel your absolute best no matter what. So if you're looking for an exceptionally clean and reputable lash business in the area, look no further than Posh Lash.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. Learn about the wonders of safety. On Tuesday, August 17th through August 19th, from 9 to 10 a.m., the Burlington Police Department will be having their 50th Safety Town. This event is for children entering kindergarten or first grade. For more information, go to simon.com/mall/Burlington-mall. Come and show your support. Also on August 17th from 5 to 9 p.m., the Friends of the Burlington Public Library are having a fundraiser at the Flatbread Pizza Company in Bedford. Everyone is welcome to attend the event. Bring your creative skills to the table. On Wednesday, August 18th from 7 to 9:30 p.m., the Burlington Public Library is having a virtual event on three-dimensional art with Brad Matthews. Space is limited and registration is required. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
This week's photo is an image of a flower with a deep history. It is one of mine from my garden and features a purple petunia. Petunia is a genus of 20 species of flowering plants of South American origin. According to Wikipedia, the Maya and Inca believed that the scent of petunias had the power to ward off underworld monsters and spirits, and their flower buds were bunched together for magical drinks. Apparently they're right, because I have no underworld monsters in my yard. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of your summer activities, a family trip, or just everyday moments, whatever you think is interesting and want to share. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. And that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, Tad Stefanak, John Vias, Robert Paris, Peter Brown, Gabrielle Papili, and Gretchen Carey. Thank you for joining us.